All right, welcome back to SK Hobbies AZ, and I am Stitch, and on this episode, we're going to be doing some upgrades to, yes, you see it, the Outcast 4S. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Like I said, we got some upgrades for the Outcast 4S. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. All right, so there is the Outcast 4S. Have not done anything to this, but when I was getting ready to get some upgrades to do for my other Ultimate Basher series, I noticed on M2C's website they had some upgrade parts for it. So what we have here, this is from M2C, and it is the chassis brace. Now where this goes, if we get the car turned over here, so that bad boy basically goes right on the chassis and kind of goes like this. So kind of mounts in like that, and it has all of the hardware, the screws, and the standoffs you need to go in there. Let me go ahead and get you guys back over where we can see it. So yeah, so we're gonna get that chassis plate installed, and the other upgrade that they have is, so they have a new motor plate, which you can see right there. So that's the motor and slipper clutch plate that goes in the RC. And then this plate right here replaces, if we pull this off. So if we go around here, there is that red plate there. That's where the one plate goes. And then this bad boy right here, this, you got to remove the drive shaft and remove this piece, and then you're able to basically pull the whole motor and everything this way and pull it out. So that piece right there is that, this is the new piece for it. So that kind of goes in, and it kind of loops in like that. And the drive shaft goes right through that, so it kind of gets that little barrier. So we're going to get those installed from M2C. And then also, when we were playing with this, we noticed this steering servo right here. This thing isn't really it's a little slow. It's not bad, it's been okay, but we want a little bit quicker steering so we can you know, get some flips in and be able to do a little bit better control. So what we did is we picked up a Reefs RC Raw 500, which you can see right there. It's the Raw 500. And with the lighting, you can't really see that. But if I turn it over, you see right there. So it is the Raw 500 by Reefs RC. So we're going to get that bad boy installed and call it our first upgrade for the Outcast 4S. Let me get you guys turned back around here. So yeah, this is going to be a full video, so you guys go ahead and stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and get this knocked out, get those installed, and then I'll bring right back to you guys. All right, so we did get it all installed, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. All right, so yes, we did get the Reefs Raw 500 installed in there. Pretty simple. There's like 5 bolts or screws underneath that you pull out, and then this whole unit comes off, and then, you know, of course you're going to have to disconnect the motor from it, and then you can just take this and work it on your workbench, pull the servo out. You know, you're going to have to remove the ESC because you got to get to the box underneath it to swap out your servo wires, but it all went back together pretty quick as one little module, and then drop that back in there. Then the next piece is you got to remove this chassis brace to get down to replacing the bulkhead over here. So it's this, you can kind of see this little silver piece right here. So you got that, and then behind that is that plate that we replaced with M2C. So easy to do. You have a set screw right here, and then there's a pin that you push in from this side, and it slides all the way out, and then this whole piece comes off. And then you can do it on the same on this other side. You got the little set screw right there, and then you can push the pin through, and then this whole piece comes off. This is awesome. It's adjustable. You can see right here where you see those threads. You just unwind that, and then this whole piece will slide forward, and it pops right out, and you can remove it. And then when you get it back done, you just tighten it back down. And this is a little rubber piece in between here, so I think that helps with kind of the shock absorption. But I do believe that this new chassis brace, let me get that out of the way. This new chassis tower brace that is right here, this is new addition to it. And so I think that's going to help with the flexing of the chassis because it is plastic. So that's awesome. But you get that moved out of the way, and then you got to remove the lower drive shaft here, which that just pulls this way, and then you can pull it out. So you get that done, and then you just pull the tab that's right here, and then this whole piece slides back, and you pull it out, and you've got that to work on. Now, let me back up here for a second. So up over here off to the side, I'll put up a picture of the two motor plates. You got the red one, which is the one that came on this, so it's like an EXB style motor plate, and then you get the M2C one, which is the aluminized looking one. So you get that. They're definitely M2C's motor plate is definitely thicker, so you won't get as much bending. And then also with this plate here, this used to be like that little red piece that slides in here, and then you got a bolt that comes through the bottom. And there's also a little bolt. It's a socket head screw that goes through, and it actually goes through and screws into the motor plate right here. So this whole piece creates that additional support, so you don't get the flex and bend in that motor plate anymore. So you get all that installed, but if you're going to put the chassis brace on that I put underneath, you're going to want to leave this bolt off for now. And that nut, so it doesn't come with that nut. I went ahead and got a nut out of my kit and put in there. So you're going to want to not install that yet. Don't install everything else until you do the chassis brace. Let's go ahead and get this turned over so you can see the chassis brace. So that's the chassis brace installed. Let me so over here to the left, I'm going to put up a picture of where you need to install the chassis brace and the screws that you need to remove, and I'll have them circled in red. So you're going to remove those. Basically, there's 7 screws that you need to remove out of the bottom of this. So once you remove those 7 screws, then you can put this piece in place. And then there are some spacers that go into these 2 holes here, which I'll put a picture up of what that looks like. And over on this side in these 2, you're going to put those silver spacers, aluminum spacers in there, and then you're going to put this plate down, and then you're going to put in these 4 screws. Now, these 2 screws, they come in the kit, and you can get those 2 screws installed, and then this screw is actually a longer one. The one that comes with the motor mount kit is actually a little bit shorter, and then so you're going to actually use the longer one that comes in the chassis brace kit. So once you do that, then you put that in there, and it all bolts up nice and neat. All right, so there you have it. We got all that done. She's ready to go bash, so stay tuned for our next video. We should have a video up of this bad boy bashing. So don't forget to like and subscribe and bash that bell. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ, and I'm out.